Hi, welcome back if you just watched my first video, where I showed page 1 of the Yellowjacket newspaper. If you haven't watched it, I suggest that you go watch that video first and then come back here. Because I gave some insight into what I am doing here on YouTube and what this video is about. I am stating this fair use disclaimer because I intend to use this video for criticism, commenting, and teaching. According to this disclaimer, I am allowed fair use of copyrighted work for the use of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. So let's jump right in. Here's page 2. As you can see, in the top left is the editorials. I guess the editorial was written by the editor, which would have been Jenny Luft. Looking back and forward, I remember the first day at SHS, the trembling feeling of taking that step from junior high to senior high. That day is forever gone, but that feeling is still remembered. As I think about it now, these past 4 years have gone by rapidly. At first it seemed it would take forever to reach the milestone of graduation. I shouldn't have been so impatient, for now there is a feeling of emptiness within the joy of graduating as everyone must depart in their separate ways. High school wasn't as bad as many have perceived it to be. Many of us took our public education for granted and didn't take full advantage of the many opportunities that were offered to us. The gift of public education is usually not appreciated by the students until a few years later after experiencing the real world for a while. To the classes under the class of 1987, don't cheat yourself out of these opportunities. First typo I found. I wonder if there are any more? Take advantage of them, opportunities, and make the best of them. You still have time to do this. You still have next year. There aren't any more next years for the graduating seniors, just memories. The final countdown has arrived for the class of '87. We seniors now leave behind many friends and an excellent faculty and administration whose enthusiasm has spread throughout the school. As I leave SHS, I take with me many good memories, a lot of good experiences, and I am a much wiser, mature, and confident person. I wish everyone the best of luck. And a prosperous something. So now I to SHS, I say farewell. Well, this is the top right corner of the page. There are answers for the question of the month by 2 seniors, Johnny Robinette and Chris Reinhardt. Our school held a spelling bee which was won by a junior. I don't know if anyone in our class ever won a spelling bee, but someone must have at some point in time. I really don't know. Anyways, from this article you can see who the smart people were, and I was not one of them. Although I did make A's and B's in my junior and senior year, I never won a spelling bee, much less participated in one. Oh well. I was in Mrs. Rainbolt's class for my senior year. The students from her class was, of course, Charles Hobby, Gene Kelly. I don't know who that was, and Jimmy Choate. Oh! Wait. Look. Jimmy Choate is at the top of my list. A 64% compatibility rate. So how come he made the list for the spelling bee, and I never stood a chance? Oh well. I guess it is what it is. Now, the editor also wrote an article called, Cheating. Is it really worth it? Cheating. Many students do this. I wonder how many? I never did. Some students seem to think that cheating on their work is the easiest and best way to complete assignments. Cheating is a foolish way to complete your work. Yes, I agree that cheating is being dishonest. No one should ever cheat on his assignments. Is this geared towards the guys? When you cheat on your work, you cheat yourself of the knowledge you could have gained if you had done your own work. It is disgraceful that someone would take someone else's work and claim that it is his own. You would think that people would have enough pride in themselves to do their own work. Why am I getting the feeling that the editor is referring to just one person? To someone that does his work to the best of his ability, it is very aggravating to see someone cheating off someone else. It is disgusting to see that person who cheats get the same grade as the person who works quite hard to get a good grade. Everyone should do his own work. Students should have pride in a good grade they make. If a person cheats, he is robbed of the pride of making his own grade. It is better to make a lower grade by yourself than to cheat to get a higher grade. My thoughts on this. Cheating gets you nowhere in life. I believe that the students who cheat have their own internal reasons that make sense to him or herself. I think the key word here is the word pride. You must have integrity. I believe that strong morals and principles start at home. Today's society is depleted in morality more so today than they were in the 80s. Cheating may have happened, but I think it was swept under the rug, so to speak, more often than not. Cornelius wins speech contest. Heather Cornelius placed third in a state speech competition. Senior Heather Cornelius recently won third place in Union Pacific Railroad's speech contest called Operation Lifesaver. Competition began in Mrs. Chappelle's speech class. Cornelius entered a speech entitled Icky, which stands for Impatience Can Kill You. Her idea is that you get a stuffed animal and hang it from your rear-view mirror or on your dash. This is to remind you to slow down and stop at railroad tracks. Competition was held in Union Pacific's main office. She won $100. I don't see the connection. But oh well, she won third place. So it must have been good. Now, getting back to the newspaper. So let's look at the rest of the page. A photo contest was held in the library? Yep, apparently there was. I never knew there was such a thing. Where was I? If I could go back and enter a picture, I would enter this picture. Do you think I could win? This is the cover of a journal notebook I made and will be selling myself soon. This is a picture of my husband's old truck and 2 of our dogs. The white shaggy dog has since passed away. His name was Teddy. I called him Teddy because he was like a giant teddy bear. The brown dog laying down is Buster. We still have him and we love him just the same. Anyways, let's get back on track. Senior favorites. According to who? I don't remember being asked, but I may have been asked, but I can't say I agree with all of these. Favorite place was Geyer Springs? What? Wow! Geyer Springs is in Little Rock, not Sheridan. I thought it may have been the courthouse parking lot in the center of town. But what do I know? I never hung out there. I drive on Geyer Springs every day. How can that be a favorite place? There's not really anything on Geyer that I would consider a favorite place to be. But the second thing was asking about your favorite car, which was a Corvette. So that must explain why Geyer Springs was a favorite place. Did they drag race or something? I don't know. Favorite movie was Top Gun? Maybe, but I thought it would have been RoboCop or Dirty Dancing. Favorite TV show was Cosby. I agree there. I loved that one, but only after Married with Children. Favorite commercial was Bartles and James. What was that? Favorite video was Big Time? Oh, Peter Gabriel. Good music video. If you don't know it, you should. Favorite school subject was English. Yup. Actor was Bruce Willis. Yup. Agree. Actress was Sybil Shepherd. Moonlighting. Favorite food was pizza. So where was Bennigan's? Never heard of it. So after a quick Google search, Bennigan's is not in Arkansas. It is a northern restaurant. Are you sure they asked Sheridan High School students? Enough of that. Let's finish page 2 of this newspaper. So Jenny Luft was the editor. Brian Wilson was the sports editor. Kim Hale was the business manager and Julie McElrath was the assistant business manager. The journalism apprentices include Heather Cornelius, Todd Smurl, and Brent Willett. Now for the advertisers. State Farm Insurance Agent J.R. Moat. East End Pharmacy in East End, Arkansas. And, of course, Walmart. But I don't want to forget about Midget Market. This place was special, not only to me, but I am sure to lots of other people too. This was a little gas station that had everything. They sold gas, chips, cokes, and cigarettes. But the best thing about it was the game room. I remember going there with $1 worth of quarters and playing the video games with my little brother. Back in the 80s, we could ride our bicycles and drop them on the ground by the front doors and spend hours in the store on the video games and never giving a second thought about whether, or not, if our bikes would get stolen. Back in the 1980s, we could leave our doors unlocked when we left on vacation. We could leave our keys in the car. We could leave our purse or wallet in the car, and they never came up missing. If you remember going to Midget Market after school to get snacks or play games, please let me know in the comments below. So, that is it for page 2. Thanks for coming to my channel. Thanks to all my subscribers. If you like this video, would you consider giving me a thumbs up? And if you got a minute, could you give me a comment below? If you were one of the people in the newspaper or went to school with me, I would love to hear from you. Thank you, and stay tuned for page 3. Sul.